Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the My Tarot Morning Reflection. And as Jenny just said, yay, it is tarot time. Man, exactly how I want to start my day. It's so funny because up until this point, if you guys had any idea of how much running around I do without even thinking about it, getting up, getting my second cup of coffee, all that, and then looking at the clock and saying, oh no, I have 3 minutes. Coming in here real quick, sitting down, and taking that breath. Listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. This is how I want to start my day, not how I was 5 minutes ago. So listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean, getting that breath in, checking outside, seeing what the weather's like. I haven't even looked outside. How's it look out there? Oh, guess it looks pretty good. It looks like it might be a little bit cloudy, but it's a good way to start the day regardless. So, what are we doing here? We're listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. We're checking in at least where my feet are, and mine are flat on the floor, rolling the ankles because, oh, that feels so good. Butt doing the kitty dance. Checking in with the chest and taking that breath with moving the shoulders and then the neck. There we go. Now is our chance to check in with the universe. You know, it's interesting. I've actually been going back and looking at the transcripts, downloading transcripts, and going through some of the past readings. And I've actually started writing again because I had started writing a while ago and then put it down, but starting writing again. So if nothing else, I'll turn it into a training. But it's interesting going back and seeing from a perspective the way I talk about the cards, because it's not how I imagine, you know, just sitting here. So I'm going to try and put together at least definitions based on actual wordings for what the definition for the cards. Try and do it grounded. Try and do create just a class or something on a grounded way of looking at the cards. So let's see what we have here. Because you haven't scheduled any classes lately, it's like I need to just get off my butt. I've got places to do it, I've just been lazy. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take a look at that stack and then I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will go down one path. And this conversation is going to be a totally different path from this one. And the question is, which string do we want to pull? Which path do we want to go down? What does our intuition say? And I'm going to go with a center stack today, which I like to think of as things that are right in the middle. Or is it middle? Middle. It's T's. So I'm going to do our 3 in 1. And I'll flip each card over one at a time, like we are flipping the pages of a book. And we are starting right off with the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is such a popular... this comes up all the time because I know it because I just read. It's the one that I always call the herding cats card. So wands are the element of fire. Wands are our passion, our energy, our movement, our action. So when we get to the 7 of Wands, 1 wand, our idea, 4 wands, like 4 legs on a table, stability. 7, we're over the hump of 5. We're pushing to get to 10. 7 is where we are reorganizing ourselves. 7s are, when we are in the middle of something. This is why I call it the herding cats card. Trying to get things lined up, trying to get things done. It is the element of fire. So, when we get to the 7s, 7s are about potential, drive, ambition. We want to move forward. So this is the card where we recognize all that vibrating we put into things sometimes. All those things where we're trying to get things organized. This is the part where we start saying to ourselves, if I don't do it now, then I'm going to be doing the last 80% of what needs to be done in the last 20% of the time. So this is our chance to actually be able to reassess and try and get the things lined up, but to try and do it in a way where we're not going to sit there and just vibrate at the problem. So the next card is a card of reassessment. So we have things that we need to do. We have things that maybe, again, are on our list. Our list is evolving. I mean, we're evolving people. Nature is evolving, so that's why, a tree could have fallen, or we have things that need to be done. We finish one thing and 2 things pop up. With the Page of Cups, pages as a court card. Court cards can be us, somebody else, or just part of the situation. Okay? And pages are the ones we send off to court to learn. A page wants to learn to be a knight wants to learn to be a king. So, when we are in the middle of our 7 of Wands, sometimes we forget to take a step back and reassess. Pages, if it's us, are about, maybe there's a different way of doing what we're doing if we just step back. And cups are our spirituality, our emotions, and our feelings. Cups are the element of water. So this is a card of saying, step back, reassess, and take care of ourselves. The page is offering us this chalice, this cup, saying, you know what? Why don't you stop vibrating so much? Why don't you not worry about what's going on just for a second? Every problem that you're worried about will still be there when you come back if you take 5 minutes. But it's a chance to maybe take a step back to reassess and find a fresh approach. That is the Ace of Wands, is a fresh approach. So today, it's just, what is it today that's making us feel frustrated, or we feel like we're getting behind on, or we feel like we're herding cats? Is it something at work? Is it something at home? Again, keep in mind that these are minors, right? And minors are just day-to-day cards. Majors are the big destiny cards. This is just, where am I at today on a Wednesday? Or is it Tuesday? It doesn't matter. Where am I at today? And it's asking us to say, today when we get frustrated because somebody pulls out in front of us and we have things to do, or the clock is our enemy, or it's getting late, that we allow ourselves to be the Page of Cups, to take a step back, fill up our chalice a little bit, take a drink, and reassess. And then, instead of trying to deal with all 7 things at one time, find one and move forward with that after we've actually slowed down. So let's see what the advice card is, which is the Page of Coins. So coins are the element of earth. Coins are our health, our finances, our home. Coins are all the things that keep us grounded. So generally, when we are finding ourselves moving fast, when we find ourselves going down our checklist, we're getting things done, we're doing all this, but we're also feeling that franticness, or for me, that ADD, that bouncing around. The Page of Coins remind us about what it means to have 2 feet on the ground, and maybe assess what we're doing, assess how we're feeling, and again, coming at it from a fresh, brand new approach, starting with the Ace of Wands, and then doing things one at a time, but being willing to, instead of adult at it, like trying to be the king and hammering stuff, instead being like the page, where we ground ourselves and we take a more spiritual approach that says, you know what? I'm going to get it done. I just need to do one thing at a time. And so with that, I hope everybody has that amazing day today, the amazing rest of their week, and evening, afternoon, whenever it is. I hope your day's gone well. And with that, I will be back again. A page, turning the page. Actually, I can play that song on the guitar too. It's a good song. Turn the Page, Bob Seger. So, take care, everybody, and I will talk to you later.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we